Good afternoon, our dear viewers, and I welcome you to Slough Media. Now, this afternoon and today, we dive into another edition, another production of Slough Media. This is a new program called The Focus. Here, we shall be talking matters politics, leadership, economics, religious matters inclined to politics or leadership. And for today, we are going to dive into matters of St. Lawrence University. Here we are going to talk about issues concerning the outgoing Guild Cabinet. For starters, I will let you know that in this month of March, the St. Lawrence University is going to be organizing their 18th Guild elections. So I would love to evaluate the work of those who are going out. With me on the panel, I have comrades from St. Lawrence University. One of them, Sebagala Martin, student of social work and social administration. We also have Namala Agnes, student of statistics. So I'll let them introduce themselves and then we shall dive into the matters. Thank you. Please.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Host. Sebagala Martin are my names, doing social work and social administration at Slough. Thank you.
Oh, hello. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Namala Agnes, a student of Bachelor's of Statistics in the Business Faculty. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Okay. Yes, allow me to welcome you again on this show. So, there's a saying that ladies first. I think we shall go against that today. You allow me to start with this gentleman here on the show. Martin, you know very well in every month of March, we have guild elections. Now I would love to tap into your thoughts of how you feel this is effective both to the administration and to the students, because these students' leaders come in to be the link between the administration and then the students. Do you feel well represented in this outgoing cabinet?
Thank you, Mr. Host. Thank you for that question. But according to my understanding, we as the students of Slough University who have not been represented well by the leaders, that must be coordinate us to the administrators. For instance, had a scenario, and one of my colleagues came to me saying that he went to one of the leaders who are supposed that they were just demanding for the t-shirts. You know, that they said that when you pay the whole tuition, you are to be given a t-shirt that shows that you have completed the fees. But he went to those leaders, pleaded for the t-shirts. Till now, he has not yet received that t-shirt. So that means maybe these leaders, which must connect us to the above or the administration, are not that efficient. Okay, I may call it that, so inefficient that our voices are not heard at that level, which must be, must complement our issues as students of Slough. Thank you.
Well, right there, is there something I don't understand?
Yeah.
Do you need any connections between you and the office that is supposed to issue those t-shirts? Or
of course, and there are these leaders that we must demand that, you know what, the administration told us this and this, but according to the space that we have given them, or the period of time we have given them, most of us who have paid fees, who have completed tuition, but who have not been able to access this. Imagine, till now, this is our second semester, no national identity cards that shows you are Slough. That means if we put that argument or that concern to these leaders, they must plead, they must demand, they must put on pressure those administrators that they put these things in place. That's what I think. Thank you.
you see, I still have a challenge understanding your point, because for me, I would think it is a matter of you paying for those fees, maybe for the T-shirt, for the ID, and then you go back to that office after some time. You demand for such properties that belong to you as per a student. But when you talk about these leaders coming in, I don't know, do you ever raise these issues to your leaders, or you just sit back and relax and think they will assume, because they're also not angels, I presume?
I understand. At first, thank you for that. At first, we went there. We went there to the administration, especially to the receptionist. We pleaded for the T-shirts, we paid for national ID, for identity cards. But for her, it was like, you know what, give us some time. We still need more time. Then from there, one of the students added that, we have leaders. At least they can hear our voice. At least they can be heard to those ones above. So let us send them, we demand for this. But till now, it seems like the incumbent, or those who are in positions, that just inefficiently. They are doing nothing at all. That's what I think.
Okay, I hope I'll have a chance to host some of them, and I'll raise that matter to them. Now, first, hold on from there. I'll turn to the lady here with us.
Thanks. Thank you.
Madam Agnes, what do you think about this leadership that is outgoing? Do you feel well represented, or somehow?
All right. Thank you so much for this opportunity. First of all, in my point of view, I would answer the question, do I feel represented? No, of course I don't. Why? Because of the following reasons. First of all, as a business student, as a person doing Bachelor's of Statistics, I feel ignored. I feel I'm not represented because, first of all, I've not met my MP. I've not met my representative on the board. You understand? We do not have student leader dialogues. We have not met with such people. Therefore, we cannot tell them what we really want to be done for us, or maybe what we want them to represent, or to tell the bigger people, or maybe the people who are responsible for such challenges. So personally, representation on by our leaders has not been done for me because I have not met them. We do not have that time to talk. We are not I don't know whether you can get what I'm saying. We are not having any space together. We are not sitting on a table to talk about issues that we are facing, to talk about the challenges we are facing as Slawians, you understand? Second of all, these people are so much into themselves. You understand? We do not know them, but we always find them sitting at a guild, I don't know how to call it, office. They always cocoon. When they're having breakfast, they're always together. When they are moving, they're always together. One thing I would say is they are always smart. For that, we appreciate. You always see them and be, this is our MP business, MP this, you understand? But we have not seen what they do. So to me, a question is well answered. I am not well represented. Thank you.
Where do you think they fall short? What hinders them from, connecting with your students?
They have not laid strategies. They have not laid strategies on how to meet and interact with fellow students. Maybe sometimes they feel they are above us, you understand? They have not laid strategies on how they're going to come to the people they represent, to come and talk to them and tell them what they feel or what they would love. So you can't tell me someone can represent you when they don't know what they're going to tell the people. They don't know what we want, like to be, how we want to be heard up there, you understand? So according to me, they have not laid strategies. Nothing like a talk, nothing like I don't know whether you can get it, not a dialogue, not an organization, not a conference, not a nothing. So that is it. No strategies to meet the students. That is why they have failed to represent us well.
Thank you so much. Now that you have started on a negative note, allow me first ride on that same path, and then we shall turn on the positive one. Okay. I'll first return to Martin.
Yes, please.
What are those areas where you feel or think this outgoing bill cabinet has not done well?
Has not done well. First of all,
that could perhaps be a yardstick for those who are coming?
First of all, I think giving you an office, that's a responsibility, not just a title or just a position or just a role that you have to be there, but you must be effective. These people must go to the ground, must connect with the Silurians that they represent. They ask each and every faculty, each and every course unit and each and every course, what's the problem you're finding? Please be able to express your feelings to us. Any problem here, any problem there, any problem with lecturers, any problem with school. Do you like the school? Do you feel it? Do you like the course? But don't, ever since I've been here, I'm just seeing them, even without talking to them. You know, when they are there, they are so happy. They feel like, you know, we're there, we are the ones in this university, they gave us these positions, but my dear, their positions are not accompanied with their actions. They are just a mere, I won't say dictators, because they have not ruled that so long. But if this goes and goes and goes, and the same cabinet or the coming cabinet behaves like this one, then it will become a dictatorship thing, you know. So they must at least consult. They must know the students. They must know the desires, the don'ts and the does, or what we want and what we don't want, what we feel about this university and what we don't feel about the university, what is all about us, we as Laurians. But they have not done that, and I think nothing, they have done total nothing. Nothing.
Okay, we shall come to that. The other part, personally, I don't believe they have totally done nothing, but maybe it is subject to debate.
Yeah.
Well, I'll pose the same question to Agnes.
Yes.
Where are those areas you think these people have fallen short, the outgoing cabinet, that the coming cabinet should pick a leaf and improve on? Perhaps they get a chance.
Okay, thank you. So I think what these people have left out is the connection, the bond. The bond between the students and the leaders. Number one, it has to come because they are fellow students but representing students. So they have left out the bond, and perhaps I feel the upcoming cabinet should maybe improve on their bond with the students. You understand? If they connect and have a talk and have meetings, consistent meetings, maybe regular meetings, maybe on a weekly basis, on a daily basis. I don't know how best they can do it, or maybe put it on table or on program that they meet the people they represent, talk to them, feel the pain they are going through, feel their challenges, and there they can work. Secondly, I feel like they need to lay strategies. They need to put away, to strategize and say, maybe if students are feeling challenged about as a challenge, if they feel challenged about anything, this is how we have to do it. They have to put up an organized, how can I say it? An organized strategy. If a problem is health, this is how to go about the health problem or the challenge. If it is academic, this is how to go about the academic challenge. You understand?
Is there something that you feel it can be one element that you feel these leaders should have come in for you, that you first as a person?
The outgoing?
Yes.
The thing, okay, yes, a lot of things. First of all, when I was a new student here, I wouldn't say, okay, new student, I wouldn't say, okay, this new cabinet came in, I was here, we voted for them, and yes. Things like distribution of, the how do they call them? The markers? the academic stuff, like the things we use in class. I feel so bad. I, as a class representative, going down there, the steps, have to look for those things. I think these things, for example, the markers, the board, you know, the cleaners, the things to use to clean the whiteboards. I feel so bad every time I have to go to the custodian and tell him that I need some kind of special, you know, formula to clean the board. It is so stained, you understand? So I feel like those things have to be managed and seen by the leaders, because I believe they are academic ministers, not so. That what is she doing? What are they doing to improve the academics in school? You understand? If I don't know a lecturer, if I'm going to do a new course unit, you know, as a student of SLAU, I need to know, like, oh, I don't know this teacher of this new course unit. I think my minister, my academic minister, is supposed to know. I mean, like, no, Agi, this is our new teacher, this is our new lecturer, you understand? So I have a lot of ease. So I feel maybe they would have improved those little, they would have begun from the basics, because we cannot start from up, but we begin with the basics. So if they cannot improve the basics from class, or maybe the lecture rooms, or around the lecture rooms, then there is no sense in it. So I feel those are the things they would have done for me personally, or as my class, that I feel they have not done.
Thank you so much. Well, from there we shall have a short commercial break, and when we do return, we shall start with the positive note. Thank you. I welcome you back from that short commercial break, and I thank all of you who are still watching SLAU Media. Now, for starters, all those who have just joined us, I'm Gorola Chigozi Joseph, presenting this show for you, The Focus. Today, we are talking about matters concerning the outgoing Guild Cabinet of St. Lawrence University. Important to note is that in the coming days, we shall be having Guild elections, so love to evaluate those who are going out to see whether the incoming leaders can pick a leaf from what the outgoing have done. Now, going on, we're going to the question of what do you think these leaders who are outgoing have done on a positive note? I believe even if you're not so good, at least you'll have that one element. The Baganda have a saying that so at least I believe that those few things that these people have done good, that you can commend them for. I will start with you, Martin.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chigozi, for that. Okay, if I look to positive things that really this cabinet has done, okay, there are like 2 points to put across. First of all, as you know, university students, we want freedom, we want luxury. So according to my course and according to my research, people enjoyed that the college night for really, and I know that most of them told me that they are the ones really pushed that thing to be there. So at least you can look at that as a positive thing, because there are very many people connected. For really, very many people became friends. Very many people connected. Very many people became friends. Very many people really understood each other at that day. So if there is unity, if there is peace, you know, you might be in the lecture without talking to someone, but after college night, my dear, I tell you, each one has got a friend. This one is talking to the other, and this one is talking to the other, and this one is talking to this one. So that connection, that peace, that unity, I can give a credit to that. It's a great night. Yeah, at least new students got to know each other. They interacted. They are so, you know, reaching the class the next Monday, each one knows at least 2 or 3 names. And you could wonder, where does this one knew all those names? It was because of what? College night. At least a credit you can give that. Then another thing is the administration trying to spice up that thing with you know, bringing in some musicians. That also impacted very many. You know, when you have passion with doing something, but if that passion is added into something, for example, if you have tea, tea with sugar, that's not tea. That's just plain water. But if you add tea leaves into that water, it becomes what? It becomes then tea. That's what they have. That's what they did. And I think those are the two positive things I can.
I don't know. Have I mistaken? Something, I've heard only one thing. I've had, which is the other thing you're talking about? Because I've had the porridge night.
And there is there's that occasion. What is it? After porridge night.
Freshers
Ball.
Yeah, Freshers Ball. Then during the Freshers Ball, really people, after connection, now they became, understanding. They become to know each other. So from that really compelled the other thing of porridge night, from knowing each other, now understanding each other. So at least that connection and that belief they created within the students, I think I can really give them a credit. Then another thing I can say, it might look as a joke, but being smart also.
True.
It seems like they are teaching us, you have to be like.
Who has been smart?
Those leaders. For example, some of them some of them, we students.
Yeah.
Those leaders must be example to us. Then someone might be there saying, "Wow, look at that good president."
In other words, they have been an inspiration.
Yeah, inspiration. There are very many few things that really spice up something to make it better.
All right, thank you so much. You're right there. I'll return to Agnes.
Yeah.
What are the things that you feel they?
Okay, thank you. To add a voice to him, smartness is a point. They have been smart, they have been outstanding.
That's the point.
Trust me, you look at the cabinet leaders, you know that this person is an MP, this person is a president, you understand?
Did that cut across or just a few of them?
It cuts across, they try. At least there are percentages. I would speak as a statistician. There are percentages. You would grade them. You would give one a 90, a 90, 70, 60, 50, depending on their level of smartness. But they have been outstandingly smart. That is a point. You wanted examples? I have one. I think is she called Lydia? I really don't know what she does, but I think she's called Lydia. She's Kenyan, I think. So I really love how she dresses. Every time I find her on compound, I have to compliment and tell her, you're smart.
That's what I told you.
Yes, so as well as the gentlemen, I've always been representing that they look smart.
And their spring leader?
Outstanding. Yes. So, second of all, to my point of view, what they have done is they have saved us the whole stress of the notes board display of results. Oh my God. The students' portal is a whole big game. It's interesting
Was it something that was scaring you and why?
What? Sorry?
The notes board, these results being pinned.
Yes. First of all, it shakes you. Yeah, it scares you. It shakes your body and be like, other students, I'm always a poser in compound. Someone is going to see my results.
You should remember something. They used to put only registration numbers. They don't put your name.
True, but you can have a friend. I can know that my friend Babi is this number A0944, and I know I'm going to look for Baba this, or maybe procurement. I know their course, so I'm sure I'm going to look for their results, and I'm going to laugh. I'm going to say she has been bragging around, but then.
Don't you think it's the same case? Now that you know someone's registration number, you can still go to the portal and access their results.
But that time someone will put in to type and log in. It is a lot of time. Someone doesn't have the time to log in for you to just check your results. You understand? So it's
the portal now needs the email, not so?
Yeah.
So if you, that's what I think. That's what I think.
Okay.
For someone to access you, must know your email. Not so?
I'm not privy to that.
But according to, I have a friend who studies at Chambo. But for her, she told me that your email, that's why I send the results, but through the portal.
No, I think here it's different. You just need a password, your code, your course code, BAST, stroke 23D, stroke U, stroke A09944. That's all you need. Just need the password and then your registration number. Besides, I would really appreciate them for that. That is an achievement, and they deserve an applause for that because they have done it, and we appreciate. It is one milestone they have achieved in this cabinet, like in their time, in their region. Second of all, I really appreciate the fact that they have been posting on social media how we have been well represented in other universities. We have gone to different conferences. You know, I've seen pictures of them with students from Makerere, from KIU. You know, I love that. I love the fact that
it's good, but I would ask, do you ever benefit anything from those conferences?
Of course, the school.
Apart from posing for photos and having practice and
to the point of benefit, like the beneficial part is, I personally might not benefit from it, but the school at large, the mighty institution benefits because we are selling ourselves outside there. Right. You understand? Every time they go out there, they represent us so well, they are smart. Everyone will look at them and be like, which students are these? They're from St. Lawrence, you understand? The way they represent us is selling us, you understand? We are selling St. Lawrence to other universities. So maybe someone has siblings, they'll recommend them to come to this place. Otherwise, we are making St. Lawrence a big brand outside there. Another thing is, I love the fact that they have organized students, new students orientations. They have done it. I've seen it before the start of the semester, where new students are taught about what happens here. They are briefed. They are, you know, oriented, you understand? Yeah. They know, they ask questions, what is going on, what is happening, you understand? So by the time the semester starts, they already know what to do. Trust me, I have not had any new student asking me, excuse me, where is this? Because they have done the orientation. And for that, they deserve a credit. We have to give it to them because they have done it. So yeah, it's a big thank you to them. They have achieved.
I would love to challenge you. You know, many times we talk about leaders in any institution, in any aspect, and you know, commend them for some things, or even you know, challenge them for not doing what they should have done. But for your information, I will let you know that this outgoing 17th Guild cabinet or Guild leadership, almost 100% of its composition went through unopposed.
True.
And you know, when you feel it's something that has to be done, you should make an effort to make sure it's done.
Yeah.
So if it requires leaders, you make sure when there's something you want to get done and someone else can't do it.
Yes.
You avail yourself for that position, for that responsibility.
Yeah.
Why do you think these people went unopposed? And could it be the root cause of all these challenges?
Why they went unopposed?
Because they went through unopposed.
Yes.
And we're here, all of you criticizing them for this and that. I want to think this might have been the root cause of all these challenges, that you know, someone knows, after all, no one voted me, I went through, no one contested me, I went through unopposed, then I'll do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Or no one is going to hold me responsible. I'll begin with the gentleman.
Okay. According to, I didn't know that, but now I know. I think that's the root cause of everything that we're discussing. Because if you want something, as duty goes, you do whatever that comes across you, at least to reach to that level, or to catch that thing, true or not true. Now, if you are just given, it's like a parent giving his or her son a land. My dear, if that child is not really, wise, all that they have left for him will go in vain. Why? Because it doesn't know, or she doesn't know the hard work to pay that. So no value at all. So I can say that the incumbent or the outgoing leaders, they were just inefficient just because they were just appointed. They didn't
No, to clear that, they were not appointed. They came to contest and they were unopposed. And the rule says if you are unopposed, you just go through.
Yes.
So lack of competition caused all this. Thank you.
Okay.
Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think I do. So I think being unopposed is not a root cause of everything we are facing right now. Because I believe as a leader, as you're contesting to come on a post, to come as a leader, as a student's leader, you have a manifesto, you have something you're looking up to do for the students, or the people you represent. So I personally would not say that being unopposed is the root cause of everything we have, like the challenges, because as a leader, I expect you to have a change, to cause a change. You understand? So it's just their negligence. They just choose to look far away from what they're supposed to do. You understand? Because remember, they are unopposed. Yes, they are on board. So that's it. As a leader, it is your mandate to find out, what am I supposed to do? What did I promise to do? What change am I causing different from what others were doing? You understand? So it's just their, how could I say, complacency. You know? They're like, no, I don't care. It's okay. You understand? So it's not about being unopposed. Even if they had their opponents, you understand, and they came through and they won their elections, or maybe they became leaders, still they would do the same. You understand? So it's just about them. It's their incompetence. It's them. They're not worried about what will happen. They're not worried about what they promise, and they're not willing to fulfill. So it's just about them. They are incompetent. That is it.
Okay, thank you for that thought.
Yeah.
Now, moving forward, I would love us to. I would love to engage you with this question to tell me what kind of evaluation can you make out of all the work we have done. That is, you know, the positives and negatives they have had.
Yeah.
How would you evaluate their work? You as a student that has been led by this group.
As a student, what I can say about them.
And maybe ultimately you will give us the score you would give them on a scale.
Can rate them.
On a scale of 100.
Okay, since we have not, I will not say that we have agreed that the negatives are the ones that have heavier than the positives, but the way I look at things, at least I can give them 40% out of 100, 40%, because academically, unfair academically. Being social, no marks, they are not social. You know? So that makes it at least approximately 45, and that's all out of 100. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So on a scale of 100, I would rate them and would say maybe because of the good things, yes, they have done the good things. We shall not look on all that they have done. So according to me, they deserve a 60. You understand?
Yeah, 60.
Yes, because there are some roles, yes, they do behind. There are the things that we don't see. There are those behind the scenes things that we never see as students. There are those things the meetings they have to chair, the time they take to talk about things, you know, they have their work behind there. So for the great work done, for the smartness, for the students' portal, for the conferences, the orientation, I'd give them a 60. And the 40? No. So it's a 60.
All right. We're still moving on. The program is called The Focus. Today we are talking about matters concerning the Guild leadership that is outgoing, the 17th Guild government of St. Lawrence University. Well, moving on, do you think in areas where these students fail, because we should also consider the fact that they're also humans.
Yeah.
So in areas where they fail, and you'll understand they don't have 100% resources or funding for the projects that maybe perhaps they might have, promised to work on. Do you feel the areas somehow the administration should have come in, or do you feel there are things that the administration should be in charge of that, shouldn't even wait for these students leaders to raise on behalf of the students they lead. I mean, this is pointing towards the administration, but with cognizance of the fact that you have these leaders and they're failing somewhere, or they're incapable somehow, but it is a role of the administration that you feel they should have played.
Yes, personally I'd say yes. There are some things that the administration should have done, that I wouldn't wait for the student leaders. Because first of all, even when student leaders make decisions, they will make decisions, but then the decisions need to be endorsed by the administration. You understand? As a student leader, as an MP of education, I would come and say, as Baba students, we shall not be doing this. Yes, I would say as a leader, but then the administration has to endorse what I have said in order for it to be valid. So one of those things, I think the administration should put up strategies itself, the bigger strategies that involve them. How? For example, if it is if the student leaders have to talk to fellow students, it has to be funded by the administration first. You understand? Because trust me, in order to carry out any dialogue or maybe conference, anything in this school, you have to go through the custodian. You have to look for him and inform him we need to use room 14 for such and such an event. You understand? So the administration needs to fund, looking to have a strategy to address it to the student leaders, so that student leaders should also address it to what? To the students. You understand? So that is what I think they should do. Like, the order has to come from above. They should not be merely leaders, because everything starts with the administration. Without the administration, the leaders cannot stand. Yes, thank you.
Yes, gentlemen.
According to that, for me, what I think we might even be blaming these leaders, but finding out that the source of cause or the root cause is the above. For example, we might be complaining about each and everything, academics, education, the faculties, each and everything. But the problem is that, I might elect you, to be I might delegate you to do work for me in a certain office. But me choosing you, I have my own reasons. That Chigos can't say no. Chigos is a henchman. He's a henchman. Whatever I say, yes. Whatever he tells me, it's either it's on me. Either I say yes or I say no. So there might be that kind of situation within the cabinet and the administrators. That's what I think.
Okay, before we move away from that, I think there's some other pertinent issue that I would love you to discuss. I presume both of you heard about this. That was the previous semester. Some leaders wanted to, impeach the president, the guild president. They were citing issues of, was it corruption or embezzlement of funds? Yeah, some of the leaders were saying that there are some funds that were given to the guild cabinet or to the guild leadership that they had to share for, I think, were there allowances? Yeah, there were allowances for the induction, and then there were some other funds still in the allowance docket that they felt they had not been given, and they were saying, they were pinning their guild president that he had been involved in embezzlement of funds, that he had not done his role to distribute these funds. And there was chaos up there, to the extent that his office at some point was locked by these subordinates of his. What's your thought on that?
Then that means, first of all, lack of communication is full of that cabinet. Because if we are given something, and if we really coordinate, I'm expecting you as a good president to call your cabinet and you said, you know what, guys, we have this. They have given us this, and they have told us that this must do this and this and this. But if you as a good president, you just want to you know, always be captured now. Everything starts with you and stops with you. So lack of communication, lack of organization, lack of coordination. I think it's just full of that cabinet. That's what I can comment about that.
Yes, please.
So my thought on that, I think I've heard about that chaos. But now that is where, those are the things that we talked about, the administration has to be doing. Because I am sure the administration is the one issuing that money to the guild cabinet.
Definitely.
So those are the things, those are the mistakes that are happening within that we don't know. So I think that was, money was issued out without, maybe they said allowances, but the administration did not direct what the money was supposed to do to be doing. So the administration has to redirect and plan for this money before it is issued out. So for that point of, you know, they wanted to throw him out, they were complaining about him. So it means the administration did not have what that money was supposed to be doing. So Bana, put him aside as well. He's human. If it were you given such money, you're just a guild president. You know what is supposed to be used for that money. You would use it for your own purposes. You understand? So it's.
Would you like to come in?
Yes. Well, if I think the administration, it's the one that wanted to cause chaos within its members. How?
No.
If you, as an administrator, Chikosi, why can't you get envelopes? Envelopes. If it was really an allowance, you get envelopes. You count those leaders, and don't tell them that I've given this one, I've given this one. Just call one, and him or her an envelope that this is allowance. You can't even get that chaos.
You know, that is right that you're saying, but it's something you talked about of lack of communication. Because I heard that the real president was saying this money had not been yet rolled out. He was saying that he needed to first collect all the signatures that have to endorse that money. But his subordinates were saying, you know, the money came and you embezzled it.
Yeah. Things came to mind.
So perhaps we shall take that maybe it was.
But maybe to add,
lack of communication.
I think our system at St. Lawrence needs to be digitalized. There are some things that we don't need to know. Some things need to happen. You know, you understand?
Yeah.
So we need the digital sense in this school. The administration will reach out to its guild, to the MPs, to everyone in a manner that is digital. Not everyone. How can you get a parcel of 2 million or 20 million and give to someone? Trust me, even if it were me, I would spend that money on my own needs. So let's have a digital to remove all those complaints and, let the system be digitalized. We shall have peace.
Yes. It wouldn't have been a digital life. Let me give you an example. You know, those people who sang at 15th graduation, those who sang, they have given token. But how? Do you know how they did?
You mean the church choir?
The church choir?
Yes.
It was given token. But how did they manage to do that? Immediately after they sang that mass, all of them were informed that, you know what, you have something, but you need to be patient. You have something, but you need to be patient. You know something is coming. From there, they called the two leaders within that Catholic community. They called them, they asked them, what should we do? They gave their opinions. After giving their opinions, the following 2 days, they came with the money. They started giving out. The leaders of Catholic community, they started giving out.
To whoever sang.
Equal to whoever sang. You sang to whoever sang. To whoever sang. So I think even this cabinet, for sure, I don't think that they really deserve to work together.
Yeah.
Some of them are that too holy, other than just bastards. That's
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I beg you answer that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. So I think, as my point of view, that the incoming cabinet should look on that.
No, I'm coming to that,
Yeah.
to that point. Well, having had all that, we are still going on with our program, The Focus, and I am Golola Chigozi Joseph, your host. Sure, now, having had all that, like I've told you, we are in the lead up to the next guild elections. So we want to hear their views about what they expect from the coming leaders, or those who want to contest for various positions, the faculty MPs, you know, the guild president, the vice guild president, and what have you. What are those things you expect from these leaders that they should do, that they should implement, that should make efforts, you know, to put in place?
Yeah.
First of all,
I'll start with her this time around.
Okay, thank you. So I think one or two things they should do for me. I think they need to have their manifestos. They should have a plan. First of all, you cannot do anything. You cannot.
First wait.
Yeah.
Do you students ever take time to scrutinize these manifestos? Or you just come to the campaign rallies and hear whatever sweet words these leaders are saying, or
Yes.
these contestants are saying,
Yes,
and
we
then you
do.
go away?
We do.
I want to understand, are there students that ever sit down and, you know, go through these manifestos and say, I'll vote this one because of their manifesto? Or they just, you know, vote whoever they love?
Yes.
Or whoever
Okay.
they think has beautiful, you know, posters?
There are few students who can do that. I would not lie to you. But here in St. Lawrence, what happens is, where do you come from? I personally, that's my experience. I'm Sudanese, I'm Ugandan, I'm Somalis, you understand? Most people here vote according to that. So you are a fellow Sudanese, I'll vote for you. You understand? That is what they do. Going back to your question, one thing I want them to do is improve the system here in St. Lawrence, that there's some things I don't need to go with my paper and be like, I'm asking for this. Things need to be digitalized. Let them look into that.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, like we are past that generation of, you know, I'm writing an application later. Moreover, later. You know, we should be sending emails to the dean. We need to be sending emails
to the guild commission.
Exactly.
Yes.
To, you know, you understand what I mean. You should be sending emails. We should be past this generation of, I'm looking for the president. I'm looking for the president. Guild president. Where is his office? Do you understand? I need to have, as a student of St. Lawrence, I need to have a platform where I can reach him, send him an email, tell him my problems, and they are addressed. I need a comment. I need an immediate response to my challenge. You understand? Number two is we need a platform. We need how can I say? We don't need double standards. You know? We need a platform where we all stand and talk as students and leaders. We need to have those dialogues. We need to have that space. We need to have those conferences, those things that we do to put us together as leaders and students. So if they can do those two things, then they would have
A straight
one.
path and a
Yes,
smooth one.
exactly.
All right. My brother, what do you have to say about that?
what I have to say first of all, coordination between the students, the presidents, and the president and his or her leaders, plus the administration. Those three must be in touch. In touch. Not the administration passing something through their powers and yet these leaders or the president and his fellows are against it, or they refuse to do that. Then we, the students, our voices or our voice must be heard. Must be heard. From through the guild president and his or her leaders up to the administration. Then another thing is, these guys must learn how to work, how to coordinate, how to communicate. If there is something, if there is a problem, please embrace this to the administration. But you know what? According to the information I'm getting, there is this in the university, there is this and this and this and this. After that, you have to follow up. You have to follow up. Because the problem with these leaders, it seems they know the problems, but they have acted nothing upon them. And from there, no follow-up. So they must do everything as expected by them. That's what I can say about them.
Thank you so much. I want to thank my panel for those very insightful and beautiful thoughts.
You're most welcome.
To our viewer, I want to thank you so much for tuning in, for spending your time, listening to these issues. We hope they'll add a brick to this institution and to the country at large. The show is called The Focus, and I'm your host, Golola Chigozi Joseph. We'll catch up next time.